Hey everyone, George here, and welcome back to the channel. So, update on this series that we have here on breeding pairs of discus fish. I was able to get that tank completely cleaned out, get the pair that was in there out of there, and the new discus in. When we come back, I'm going to show you that and kind of give you an idea of what I didn't want to show you the whole cleaning process. That's not necessary to bore you with that. We all know how to clean a tank, but I want to give you an idea of what the setup looks like now and kind of take you through that. So when we come back, we'll show you that. Hang in there. We'll be right back. So as you can see, the new pair is in here. We had a little bit of a problem moving these guys over as far as the netting. That did not go well in a community tank, and as you can see on this guy right here, we got a little bit of a cut there from some of the wood that was in there, and as you can see on the lip here, we've got a little bit of a blistering kind of situation, which should go away in a day or two. I did put some Paragard in here, which is a very light antibiotic, an antifungal, which should help with that situation. But as you can see, the tank is all clean. Looks nothing like it did before. The cone has been cleaned. I sterilized that basically with just hot water. As I said in my other video, you do not want to use any kind of detergents or anything like that on these. Just hot water, scrubbing them with a sponge, and the same thing with the tank. Basically what I did with this tank is I emptied it 100% and kept the bacteria going in the back, so that of course when we refilled, we cycled. I let that go for about 2 days before moving these guys over. This may delay a little bit the breeding process because we do have two fish that are slightly injured. I don't think this guy is, or the female here, is going to be a issue as far as that healing up really fast. I'm a little more concerned about the lip on the other guy, the male, and we'll just have to see how that goes. But that's basically the setup here. This is a 20-gallon water box aquarium, and I will be putting the sides in here, the corrugated white sides that I talked about in my previous video, when the time comes. But right now, because there isn't any spawn going on, we've got plenty of time to do that. They're just inserts that basically go in on the sides over here, and in the back, and the front of course is open. What we will do as soon as we get a spawn in here, then I'll put those in here. But there's no need to do that. We've got plenty of time for that. I just don't want to disrupt these guys and stress them out any more than I already have by moving them. And you know, they're calm and they're doing fine. They're eating. That's all good. But the bottom line is, you know, the less stress, the better. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the series here and a little bit more about the process in which we'll get these guys going here, because once they do breed and they spawn again, I'm going to take you step by step through that so that you can see how these guys go through that process, and kind of give you an idea of what the follow-up looks like as far as going from the spawn to wigglers, which would be when they hatch, to free swimming, and then of course to putting them in a grow out tank once they're away from the parents, which is going to be quite a while down the road, but we'll stay up to date on that and give you an idea as to what's going on here. We'll be back in just a minute, talk a little bit more about the rest of the process here. See you in a minute. So it's been a couple of days since I filmed the pair in that breeding tank there, and I wanted to let you know that, give you an update on both fish as far as their health. The female that is the more patterned fish in that video, that one there is completely cleared up. And as far as the lip goes on the male, there's like a little bubble there, and I'm sure at some point it's kind of like a blister from what I can see and what I've shown some other people that have had experience in this. And that is basically something that will just pop on its own and go away, just like if you and I had a blister or something like that. And having the antibiotics in the water, a very mild, wide spectrum antibiotic, is going to be good for that fish in the long run. I didn't expect any of that, obviously, but it was very, very difficult to net those guys in a community tank. Typically, I would do that in the evening, but I had to be somewhere, so I had a time constraint in which made me have to do that during the day. And unfortunately, as I said, sometimes when you're netting fish during the day in a community tank and there's a lot of stuff in that tank, it can be problematic, and the fish can be extremely resistant, and it can be dangerous to the fish. They can get a lot of scratches and scrapes on them, and it doesn't matter where on the fish that it happens. I mean, it can happen, like I said, on the sides of the fish. It can happen on their tails or fins, other areas of their body, or it can even happen on the lip, as you can see from what I have an actual picture of that lip up a little bit close, and I'll put that in here so you can see that, give you an idea of what we're dealing with there. It's just basically a blood blister like you and I would normally get if we hit ourselves with a hammer or something in the finger, or pinched our finger in something or whatever. It's that kind of a blood blister. It's very common. It's not something I'm going to worry about or can be concerned about. Of course, you do have to be a little bit concerned of a secondary infection, but I think that that's not going to happen. It's looking better already. So as we go through this process, the next step here is, of course, getting a spawn going. Now, that could be delayed a little while, and once we do that, we'll insert those corrugated sides in there that I talked about. I had a couple of people in the comments previous part of this video series that didn't really understand the process of using the corrugated plastic. There's nothing wrong with that. It works just as well. I just don't want to paint a tank that I might use for something different down the road and have a tank that is a perfectly good tank when I can put the corrugated cardboard, or not cardboard, the corrugated plastic boarding in there, and it serves the same exact purpose. All we're looking for is white sides and white back so that the contrast is there for the baby fish when they become free swimmers to find the parents. That's the only purpose of this. So, and it's easy to clean. One of those things that is simply easy to clean and take care of. Now, I will do that, like I said, when the spawn happens and the babies become wigglers. Then I'll insert the sides. I don't want to do that right now because I don't want to stress these two fish out any more than I already have. And so, you know, we're looking for, you know, 7 to 10 days typically for a spawn. The last time they spawned was about 6 days ago, and maybe 7 days. If I'm counting today, when this video comes out, it'll be 7 days. So we'll go from there, because I think when you move them from tank to tank, it's going to be a little bit disruptive. So we may go a couple of weeks before we see an actual spawn happen. And of course, that's to be expected because we stressed the fish out. We have a couple of fish that have some superficial wounds on them from being netted. And so, of course, that's going to push things off a little bit here. But thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. That is how we build this channel. Leave your comments down below if you have any more questions about things that I have not covered, or maybe you think I should cover, and I'll be happy to answer those for you within 24 to 48 hours and give you guys an opportunity to really ask basically any question regarding discus pairs and spawning and raising baby discus. Like I said, I've had success with several hundred baby discus now that I have been able to grow out and give to or sell over the internet, and it's been real fun. So we will be, you know, following up with a third part of this series as soon as we get a spawn going, and that might be a couple of weeks here down the road. But I am going to be playing around with the water temperatures a little bit to stimulate spawning, and also try to give some foods like bloodworms and things like that that also will stimulate spawning. And maybe, you know, as I said, turning that temperature up and getting these guys moving around in a warmer temperature. Typically that will create the environment between the food and the temperature of a spawn happening. So hopefully These fish are going to heal up really quick here in the next few days. Fish heal so fast sometimes, it's incredible, especially if you're doing the right things. So I'm not expecting to have any long-term problems with this. If I do, I will certainly make a video about it and let you know. But thank you for joining me. We will see you on the next one. Until then, we're out of here.